Hello everybody, it's everyone's favourite feisty felines, FS Grace Paws here. Today we're going to dive headfirst into a big trend that's been all over YouTube right now, assumption videos. Now essentially the idea of an assumption video is that the YouTuber in question, in this case me, will ask their viewers what their assumptions are about them. However, we're going to do it a little bit differently and we're going to sort of put a different spin on it. I've been to Reddit, Google and Discord to ask everyone one simple question. Non-furries, what are your assumptions about furries? For the assumptions from Reddit, I'm going to be hiding any of the usernames from the screenshots, but if any of these are yours, thank you so much for your submission. Too hot in their suits. They should install computer fans somewhere to blow the hot air out. As for the people, the ones I met are usually very kind. Yeah, I mean this assumption is pretty true to be honest. I don't own a suit myself as much as I would like to. I've talked about this before, but they're very expensive. Awesome, worth the money, very expensive. But I know they can get massively hot to the point that most conventions have like a designated area they call the Headless Lounge. It's not like Horsemen of the Apocalypse or anything, but it's just an area that suitors can go to sort of take their heads off and just cool off because yeah, it gets very hot from what I've been told. The computer fan thing, I'm pretty sure I've seen that either on like a proto-gen fursuit or just on a fursuit in general. I'm sure I've definitely seen that. But honestly, that's a very cool idea and I think more people should do it. Dippers, drug and weird sex. Right, well I'm guessing that you're not talking about a cheeky side of chicken dippers from Domino's Pizza. I'm going to go ahead and say you likely mean diapers, which is a big misconception of furries. One that I've seen a lot and I don't know where this has come from. I mean, sure there probably are some furries that like wearing diapers, like the whole adult diaper thing, but I think it's probably in proportion to the same way that some non-furries like wearing diapers for the whole adult diaper thing. I don't think it's a need, a necessity, or some kind of part and parcel thing. Drugs, nah, I don't know about that. I've never taken them and I don't know any furries who do. And weird sex, well, it happens, but it's definitely not a key aspect or a requirement. You know what they say about assumptions? Well, when we make assumptions, it makes an ass out of you and umptions. Whoa, hold it. If you've made it this far, why not subscribe and ring that bell for more furry fandom related content? Thanks! So I hopped onto my Discord and Squirrel Girl DGT's Discord and went ahead and asked the same question. Here are the responses. Yeens are best, nuff said. Well, one small little change needs to be made here. You misspelt felines, cats are the best. From the volume of art coming out of the community, I assume that most furries are creative. Yeah, I think that's a pretty accurate assumption, generally. I mean, most furries that I know in the fandom and most furries that I've seen in the fandom are generally pretty creative. Like, furries get a ton of hate, but in reality, we're just a fandom of people who like to create art revolving around, you know, anthro animals. I mean, there's things like art, obviously, animations, videos, stories, fursuits, accessories, and there's so much more as well. It's definitely safe to say the furry fandom is all about creativity. Though I am in the fandom, when I first found furries, I assumed they were just a regular fandom. Yeah, I mean that's another spot on assumption. I mean, furries get a ton of hate from people who think we're like sexual deviants who go around having sex in fursuits and wearing diapers and just doing weird shit in general. And I mean, in reality, furries are just any other fandom really. I mean, you wouldn't consider people who like Undertale, for example, as a weird fetish fan. I mean, sure, maybe there's some people out there who want to clap some Sans ass, but most don't. Same for the furry fandom. And finally, we've got a few assumptions from around the internet that I found through Google. Furries are people who think they're animals. Now, this is an assumption that I've seen so much, and I don't know why. It's completely untrue. We don't think we're animals. We just enjoy art of anthropomorphic animals. I mean, there are some people who think they are animals, but those people are called therians. They're not necessarily furries. There are furries who are therians, but generally, furries, we don't think we're animals. Furries are people with a fetish. Like I've previously said, this is another complete untruth. I mean, I think it kind of came about with, there was a CSI episode many years ago called Fur and Loathing, which painted furries to be these massive sexual deviants who have sex in fursuits. And unfortunately that's kind of become ingrained in most people's conscious mind of what furries are. I mean, sure, some furries might have fetishes, but being a furry in and of itself is not a fetish. It's just a fandom. There's nothing inherently sexual about it. So there we go, those are some of the assumptions that people think about furries. Now obviously these were taken from Reddit. Thank you to everybody who commented on that. Discord, thank you to everybody who commented on that. And from Google, thank you to all of the writers of the articles that I got those from. And yeah, there's probably a lot more than that, but those are just a few. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.